Good morning, everyone. I am a little bit more awake today. I was a zombie yesterday. All right. Let's see. Is my light too bright? I feel like it's a little bright. Let's see. Oh, you can hear my volume in the background. All right, I've got my chat going. I've got, yeah, let's see. There we go. All righty. We'll experiment with that. 1 minute till 7 a.m. Let's see what we got going on today. I'm feeling really positive today. I feel really good about my game plan. Okay. So BDRX was popping up at 6 a.m. Let me see. I was just checking it out. The stock price is between $1 and $10. The relative volume is through the roof. The float is under 1 million. The gap is like 67%. It doesn't have news, but the price action looks interesting. It's got total volume over 9 million. Hard to borrow. This is one I am watching for sure. So it's kind of tapping VWAP, well, going a little bit under. Tapping VWAP here, tapping VWAP here. This right here, I think, is a potential bull flag pullback right here. But look at all this selling. Maybe because it's right at 7 a.m. and a bunch of people are jumping in right now. But I thought this was a potential bull flag pullback. But now it's giving a big red candle. Let's see what it looks like on the daily chart. Oh, wow. Okay. So there's a window. It says the potential to really go up. Let's see on the 5-minute chart. The 5-minute chart, it's already below the 9 EMA. So let's see, CLRB. Oops. CLRB is popping up. So CLRB is float 4 million, relative volume, the gap. Okay, this looks good. CLRB, wow, look at that. All right, so what does it look like on the daily? Oops. Okay, all right. 1 minute. This is also a possibility. BDRX kind of tanked right at 7 a.m. But CLRB is popping up. And it's at the top of the small cap high of day, and it's at the top of top gainers. So let's see what, oh wow. I'm going to see if I can check this out on the 10-minute chart because I don't know if there's an opportunity for me to get in on this. CL on the 1-minute chart, CLRB. I might have to look at it on the 10-second chart. Oh, no, it looks like it's making a pullback now. All right. I would rather trade it. It's making a pullback on the 10-second chart too. So I'm looking. On the 10-second chart, it's heading towards the 9 EMA. And looks like it's, I gotta change this. That was a micro pullback, but I didn't take it. Maybe my reaction time's a little bit slow today. So it popped up. Let's see. Huh. Okay. This could signal a reversal right here. Okay. I'm glad I don't. The micro pullback, I want it to be really clear. Like, it looks like it's pulling back on the 10-second. Oh, popping up in the 10-second. There we go. But I'm seeing some hesitation there in the 10-second. I would rather wait. I don't know. I just don't feel like trading micro pullbacks right now. I think I want to wait for a real pullback on the, a bull flag pullback on the 1 minute. But I'm seeing opportunities here on the 10-second. Gonna look at the 5 minute. Excuse me. Okay. I feel like it's gonna pop up again. This is a micro pullback. Yeah, I want to. Oh, it's gonna break out, I think. No, I really want. So this is more like, to me, like a flat top breakout. Okay. But there are a lot of topping tails. But this to me is a flat top breakout. And the volume's reducing, right? It's tapping this level, and the volume's just continuing to go down and down. I think it's going to break out over that level, but let's see what happens. Oh, now the news popped up. Okay. Oversubscribed financing. What does that mean? Huh. Okay, so now it's pulling back more. I thought maybe we'd have a flat top breakout. It could still happen, but this is more of a real pullback. Oops, nope. So it looks like it's going to tap VWAP. But this profit loss ratio, well, I guess this is really the high, right? Move. It's dropping down to the 9 EMA. But it's below VWAP, so I don't like that. Yeah, I really don't like it being below VWAP. So if the profit loss ratio is better, but it's like below VWAP, I would want to see it break up over this, break up over VWAP. But because this candle, this volume candle is larger than this candle, I don't like that. Let's see what BDRX is doing. Okay, it's way below VWAP. So this could still, you know, be a good bull flag breakout, but I don't like it because I don't like the fact that we're below VWAP now. I might just tap the 9 EMA and shoot up. Let's see, we're about halfway through the 1 minute candle right now. So it looks like this is now the low. I don't know. I don't like doing this. I don't like trading when it's right hovering like that below VWAP. I'd rather see it above VWAP. Especially whereas this candle was a big red candle. Yeah, I don't like that. So I'm gonna wait. Let's see what else is going on. BLZE. No, that's oh, there it goes. But I'm not gonna, I feel confident about it unless it like establishes itself above VWAP, you know? BLZE. I'm looking to see what else is going on. Yeah, see, I don't feel confident about it. Because of this red candle here, it's below VWAP. Now it's below the 9 EMA, so this looks like a pullback maybe on the 5 minute. Let's see. Yeah, but it's below VWAP. So I'm going to hold off on this one unless I see another run up, another opportunity for a pullback. Well, I'm glad I didn't get tricked by this. This here, but I wouldn't have traded it because of the I'm glad I didn't get tricked by it popping above VWAP. Trust your VWAP. Public service announcement. All right, let's see what else is going on. BLZE. Oops. BLZE. Oh, let's see. Is it on the move? I don't know. I'll wait for a second pullback. I'm going to wait for it to establish itself above VWAP, then look for a bull flag pullback. I'm operating with some pretty strict rules this week, guys. So I had a terrible month in April. I had 2 red days that wiped out my whole month and put me in the red for the month. So I'm on really strict rules right now. And so I'm going to be pretty cautious today. See, it's like this. I'm glad I wasn't fooled here. Looking at the top gainer scanner, I use Warrior Trading scanners right now. Oh, the float on BLZE is too high for me. And look at that. It's just not really doing much. Okay. BDRX, I was looking at that right before 7. That's kind of out. So CLRB, you know, it could break back up above VWAP, but I will wait for that. I'll wait for that. Good morning, everybody. I'm a little bit less, I'm less tired than I was yesterday. I was so tired yesterday. All right, so it looks like it's trying, and now the MACD is like rolling over to red. You can see the signal line is crossing the MACD line. Let's see, what else is popping up? MASK. Let me see. MASK. No, same issue, below VWAP. Let's see, what else? BDRX, we already looked at that. I already established that's kind of not my thing. I don't trade below VWAP. Maybe when I'm more experienced, I will. WAI. What's that? Let's take a look at that. WAI. Doesn't have news, but it's in a good price range between $1 and $10. The float is only 2.36 million. It's gapped up more than 10%, and the relative volume is 5 times the 50-day average. So let's see what, oh, the total volume is only 3,000. That's sad. So that will have to come off my list. Okay. So MASK looks like it's trying to recover, but no. All right. CLRB, it's like yesterday was, you know, Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. Like, we need you, Obi-Wan. we need you VWAP. We need you above VWAP. SOWG. Okay. SOWG. Let's take a look. All right. It has news too. SOW Goods secures 20 million non-convertible private placement credit facility, blah, blah, blah. Float under 20 million. The relative volume is low though. It's only 1 times. The gap up is high. So we have price action with low volume. So I'm going to wait though. This is definitely one I want to look at, but I want to wait for the volume to catch up. Because the volume is still under total volume is still under 500,000. It is hard to borrow, okay? But we need more volume. This is not not enough volume to get me interested. Big topping tails. SLQT, but that's right under $1 and it has a really high float. CLRB, I had high hopes for you. All right, SOWG. Okay, now we have total volume over 500,000, so that's my minimum. Relative volume is climbing quick, so it might hit my criteria for relative volume, which is 5 times the 50-day average. That's what I am looking for. Okay, I'm looking for 5 times the 50-day average. CLRB is, no, not really making a comeback. It's just trailing across VWAP. SOWG, let's see. Okay, now the relative volume for SOWG is more than 5 times the 50-day average. So everything on it looks good. So I'm going to look for a potential, but I don't like these topping tails. This feels like a big struggle to me. It's like popping up and look at that. I always forget the names of all the, yes, Gravestone. Well, no, it's not really Gravestone. Because it's not a doji. Yeah, I always forget the names of the candlestick patterns. That's something I'm not great at. Well, it is pulling back, but this is concerning me. So the price was pulling back here, but the volume is increasing. Don't love that. So I am recovering. I had to reduce my share size and down to 100 shares, and I am rebuilding. So I have pretty strict rules today. And I'm gonna be, I want to rebuild. I had a green day, tiny green day on Friday, tiny green day yesterday. I just want to rack them up, set them up, and knock them down. So this is pulling out, but I didn't like this. The volume and the price action were not congruent to me. So I'm gonna wait and see if that changes. And look at this, it's thickly traded. Wow, a lot of people are for such a tiny little stock here. Okay, so let's see what happens. This one I think is worth watching. All right, now, see, it's popping up, but this volume candle isn't going above this volume candle. If it does, and I see the price action and the volume candles like congruent, then or mirroring one another, I will, okay, here we go. This is a potential pull on a bull flag. So, let's see, what else do we have? All right, this is a possibility. I just want to check on our CLRB. Not good. MACD's red. We're now fading off of VWAP there. Okay, so this one is a possibility for me. We're still early in the month, so, my month so far isn't bad. As far as like my accuracy, my trades. But I've been scalping trades. I need to let my winners run a little bit more because I'm not going to increase my share size until I have like an R P&L R ratio that's at a certain point. So I've got some criteria in place as to when I can trade up, move up to 150 shares. So I'm really going data driven on this instead of before it was like, I feel ready. Last year, I'm really going data driven on my decision on whether to increase my share size. All right, so now it popped up. It is pulling back, but it's pulling back below VWAP. So yeah, not feeling that. Bummer. I wanted to get in on the action. All right, small cap high of day momentum, ARBB. Let's take a look. ARBB, the float's under 1 million. Ooh, this looks like possible. Let's see, ARBB. Let's take a look. Okay, all right, no news, but it meets, it's between $2 and $10, and the relative volume is crazy. It's like 416,000 times the 50-day average. It's gapped up 38%. Oh, hey Czar. Good morning. Well, April was a mess. I'm red on April. I reduced my share size, but so far Friday and yesterday I've been green. So this I was considering this, but when it goes over $10 a share, I won't be able to get in because I'm capping my max price at $10 a share right now. Yeah, I've put some restrictions on my trading to reduce my exposure. So this is a possibility unless it goes over $10, and then I'm gonna. So this one, it's still under $10. The relative volume is crazy on this. Wow. The relative volume is crazy. Okay, so it's touching VWAP. This could be more of like a micro pullback, not a real bull flag pullback. Let me see. I'm going to look at the 10-second chart on this. All right. Yep, so it's pulling back on the 10-second. This could end up being like a, it's hard to borrow, but the total volume, okay, it just broke 500,000, so. But now the price is below VWAP. All right. How's your journey going, Czar? How are you doing? How's your May going? We're on day 3 of May, so let's see. We have 20 trading days for the U.S. stock market because of Memorial Day, which is a U.S. holiday. So I'm on day 3 of 20. Okay, another one that popped up and dropped below VWAP. So I'm going to hold off on that one. Looking to see what else is on the scanners. RGNT. Let's see what that's about. RGNT. Oh, only 5,000 total shares of volume. Okay, so I'll take that off. So yeah, April was rough, but I've reduced my share size. I've reduced my account size because I was going to do that anyway for the pattern day trader rule, and I'm just not going to need that much money in my account to trade 100 shares, even with the cash account. So, and I reduced my max price. Huh. BDRX popped up again. We already saw that this morning. But it's way below VWAP. So yeah, guys, like I'm, it stinks to have to reduce my share size. It's disappointing. I lost a lot. I'm not red on the year, but I lost a lot of the gains I had made in February. February had been a really good month for me. I made a lot of money in February, and so April ate into my profit for the year. Yeah, I went red on April. So this month, my plan is to just be consistent and green and follow my guidelines so that I can increase my share size. TLIH. I've had to reduce my share size before. At one point, I was so stressed out, last year that at one point I reduced my share size to 10 shares a trade. And you know what? It helped. It took the pressure off. And I just traded at 10 shares a trade for a while. And then I eased my way back up to 100. And then I went to like 300 and 500. But like I said, I am not, okay, so this is below VWAP. So let's look at all our stocks right now. ARBB, below VWAP. BDRX, below VWAP. CLRB, below VWAP. SOWG, and TLIH is the only thing that's popping up right now. So, but it doesn't have I want it to have at least 500,000 in volume. It's hard to borrow on Thinkorswim. Okay, so this is the one we're going to watch right now. It doesn't have news, but we're going to keep an eye on it. So I am, I've restricted my share size, and I feel relief, but also, like it's hard to watch the numbers be so small. But that's where I'm at, I'm in timeout basically. All right, so this is high of day. I'm gonna look at the daily chart real quick and see what we have on the daily chart. All right, there is a window. Okay, so let's see. This has been the pattern today, though, where we have the run up, lots of topping tails, and then it drops below VWAP. I don't know, this one hasn't dropped below VWAP yet, but this topping tail, not great. Not great. All right. So you guys are coming along on my rebuilding journey right now, right? I'm learning to trade too. And, I made two big mistakes last week on Wednesday and Thursday. They cost me dearly. You can go back and watch my recaps from those days. The recaps are a little sad, I have to admit. The recaps are a little sad. Ugh, now we're below VWAP. Ugh. So, but that's where I'm at, right? This is the reality. I'm sharing what I'm doing. I'm not, I'm not pretending to do better than I'm doing. I'm sharing what I'm doing. And, this is the reality. If you go red, I was red 2 days in a row. That right there is a sign to, put the brakes on. I had 2 days where it was a max daily loss. I didn't use up more than 10% of my account though. I didn't blow up like more than 10% of my account, but I personally just couldn't handle any more loss. I hit my limit. Okay. So yeah. But, okay, so one of the things that caused me to reevaluate everything is I hit 2 daily loss limits in 1 week. WAI. Didn't we look at that already? Let's look at that. I thought I looked at that already and it didn't have enough volume. Yeah. Okay, so it's trying to do something here, but it doesn't even have 500,000 in volume. So the only one that has news on this list, I think, is let's see, CLRB has news. So yeah, I hit my daily max loss twice in a week. And I only had 2 consecutive red days, but yeah. Futures for both London and New York open, but only annoying thing is that okay. So I'm interested in gold futures. That's something I really want to get into. I'm really interested in that. That's a strategy I would like to trade, like maybe from 10 to 1. I've heard that's a good time to do gold futures. Like I follow gold pretty closely because I trade it. I invest in gold long term and in precious metals for my long-term investing, but I'm interested in scalping gold futures. I don't know if anybody does that. If you do, let me know. I'm interested in finding out what your experience is. I'm kind of I'm not going to like go in on it with real money until I learn it, paper trade it, and see if it's something that is a strategy that could work for me, but not instead of day trading, but as a complement to day trading small cap momentum stocks in another time frame. So yeah, I'm curious. Okay. Wow. Okay, that's great. Okay. Oh, it looks like WAI is making a breakout, but it still doesn't have 500 shares of total volume. So I'm going to hold off on that. So yeah, I'm interested in expanding. Once I feel more consistent with small cap momentum, I am interested, and I'm kind of behind the scenes. I'm slowly starting to look into trading gold futures, scalping gold futures. You know, I'm definitely interested. I haven't traded futures before, or options, or Forex. But I'm interested in expanding my strategy to other time frames of the day. I don't want to do that instead of small cap momentum, but in addition to, just to have some other options. Yeah, things have been pretty slow this morning, guys. I've been looking at a bunch of stocks, but most of them have dropped below VWAP. So that's a no-go for me. And I have traded break of VWAP before, but honestly, I prefer to trade above VWAP. And of course, as a new trader last year, I tried like so many things. And I'm just doing less now. I'm trying to simplify things. So this week, my goal is to really work on executing my stops every single time. So last week, I had 2 days that exceeded my daily loss limit. And one was a hotkey mistake. I clicked buy instead of sell. You can see on the recap, I fixed that. My hotkeys, I'd gone back to hotkeys and they were too close together. Now they're further apart. It's not an issue. The other one was I didn't sell when I saw my exit signal. And then I got caught in pretty much a falling knife. You can see that on Thursday's recap. So because of that, I am in restriction. I'm in timeout, guys. So I am trading with real money, but I reduced my account size, I reduced my share size, and I tightened up my price, my max share price that I will trade. So, all right, DGXX, what is that? Let's take a look. DGXX. The float is really high. It's 62 million shares, but you know, I don't have much going on right now. Let's take a look. I like the price action on this. Again, I'm going to be a little bit looser with some of my criteria. I think I was too rigid with everything and missing obvious opportunities like this. This looks clean to me. And I know that the float is high, but I'm willing to be a little looser on news and float and things if I see really clean price action and the volume. I'm really putting a lot more emphasis on volume. So I'm really willing to, I'm willing to look at this. This has news. Let's see, what's the news? DIGI Power X signs AI co-location agreement with leading AI compute company for... Okay, that sounds good. I don't know. I like this. I know it's more than my, usually I try to trade real low float stocks, like under 20 million, but I like how this looks. And the volume, sorry, it's really hot in here. Yesterday I was freezing and today I'm hot. Okay, so the relative volume looks good. And it's gapped up. I'm going to look at this right now. I like it. I am going to look for a bull flag pullback though. Huh. Maybe I'll put it on my 10-second chart, see if anything pops up as far as a micro pullback. DGXX. All right. So yeah, I like this. The price action's moving up steadily. The volume is moving up steadily with it. I like that. I would like to see a pullback though. I see a lot of movement on the time and sales. We've got at least 1 million in total volume. It is hard to borrow on Thinkorswim. So on this one, the stock selection criteria that I'm being loose on, I'm looking at something that's higher float than I would generally trade, but if I see good price action, I think I should pay attention to that. Wow, a lot of people are trading BDRX, but that, I feel like it's, you know, so it's below VWAP, so I'm not interested. ARBB, I'm going to take that off my list. CLRB. So, wow, look at this. Let me look at it on the daily chart. Let's look at it on the daily chart. Okay. I like this. It's trending up. That's a nice sign. But do we have any windows or gaps? Okay. So if I go back to the 1 minute chart, I should have marked high of day on here. This could be a pullback. I'm looking at the 10-second chart for maybe a potential micro pullback. But I'd really prefer a bull flag pullback or a flat top breakout. Those are the ones I really like. But I think this, so $5 could be a point of resistance. Let me look at the daily chart again. So if we go back, yep, look, it went up to 678 here. Okay. Oh, it broke out when I was checking the daily chart. I missed it. But this volume candle isn't really creeping up high enough for me. Oh, I missed it. Bummer. Bummer. Ugh. Okay, that's fine. I'll look for another one, another flat top breakout, micro pullback, or bull flag pullback. Ugh. Can't believe I missed it. You look away for a second. It's like having kids. You look away for a second and it's just complete chaos. All right. So now we're here. And this could be a potential micro pullback. So I want to see, yep. Okay, I got 20 cents a share. Oh, but I didn't wait for an exit indicator. I got so nervous and I got excited because I had a green trade. But that's okay. That's okay. So I'm going to call this a micro pullback, right? And I'm going to say, so my stop on that would have been 10 cents a share. But I don't think I had a real exit indicator. I did not heed my exit indicator. However, my profit loss ratio on that was pretty ideal. It's almost 20 cents a share. So now I'm looking for another potential Oh, now I'm experiencing price hesitation, so that one for sure. I got in a little late on that. So that was also a micro pullback, but I got in late on the 10-second. Okay, so I got in late, so that was one mistake. And my exit indicator was price hesitation on that one for sure. I mean, yes, it was green, but okay. So now we're at here for high of day. Whoop, it's a little high. So now it's pulling back on the 10-second chart. Oh, this could be a real bull flag pullback. That would be great. That would be great. I would love a bull flag pullback on this. Okay, so this is the top of the low candle right now, but this isn't enough of a profit loss ratio. Oh, wait, this is more of a, maybe more of a micro pullback. In which case I would have a tighter stop. Yep, it looks like it's pulling out on the 10-second chart, but I want to wait for it to go above the high of day. Oh, it didn't catch my order. Didn't catch my order, so I'm not going to like compulsively get back in. All right, so okay, so I'm watching the 10-second chart. I missed that run. Okay. Oh man, I didn't have an exit indicator on that. This is killing me. That's not my daily goal. I mean my weekly goal, but micro pullback, exit indicator none. I'm just making notes so that when I download this to Trader View, I agree. Keeping it simple. Yes, keep it simple, right? All right. So looking at the 10-second chart. So high of day now at 6:55. And that's actually where I saw a window on the daily. Let's flip to the daily real quick. See, 678 right here. So I am going to be a little bit cautious about getting in because that might be a point of resistance. It might go higher, but looking at the 10-second. That's definitely a micro pullback that I could have got on the 10-second, but wait, because now it's going right up to that window, right? It was, what was it, 678? So I'm going to see, oh, it ran through it. Okay. Oh, topping tail could signal a reversal, right? So it did. It went just above that window on the daily chart. but now it looks like a reversal. So maybe other people are thinking the same thing, right? They're thinking, oh, that's a point of resistance. I should sell. All right, so let's see if we get a real bull flag pullback, but I'm super happy that I'm being less rigid about some of these criteria and looking at price action. I feel like this is like a light bulb moment for me. I'm aware of the stock selection criteria. I'm making a conscious choice to be flexible on some of the criteria because I'm seeing things that are telling me that that's a good decision because the price action was good. When I saw the chart, I was like super excited. I was like, this is clean price action. Like, I know I don't have the level of experience to really optimize it yet, but I got 3 green shares. I'm super happy about it. I'm just a little frustrated at myself that I didn't look for actual exit indicators on 2 of the 3 trades. That's something that I'm really struggling with. So here we have a pullback, and if it pops above, well, it did pop above 643, but the volume's not popping up. See that? This candle's not popping up. Wow, look at this. It was just like so clean. Like the volume bar is going up, the pullback, the volume bar went down, volume bar is going up, and this is where it starts to slow down a little, and then it reverses. But here, I mean, I think there's a possibility of another leg higher, but I am so happy. Yay. I actually had some good green trades. See, reducing share size isn't the worst thing in the world, guys. Okay. Oh, here we go. This might be the breakout, but I'm looking at that volume bar. It's close to that point of resistance. That is a decent profit loss ratio though, right? So I have to keep my mouse clicked in my active trader window in order for the hotkeys to work. Okay, so now I am seeing price hesitation. I didn't quite trust it because I did see a lot of price hesitation. So that one I'm going to say was a bull flag pullback, and I know I'm being really tight with everything. Exit, price hesitation. So the 2 things I'm tracking on TraderView for tags right now are, oh wow, look at that. I could have, I sold too soon, of course. I was just nervous. But I wonder if it's gonna, because I saw price hesitation and that made me nervous. I wonder if, so on TraderView, I'm tracking, well, 3 things. I'm tracking setups, I'm tracking exit indicators, and let's see if it breaks high of day or if that is like another point of resistance. See this volume, I'm curious. I'm looking at the 10-second chart. I wonder if it's going to break high of day. Look at that. It's tapping that level. Nope. Well, on the 10-second, it's pulling back. Interesting. It kind of tapped that level and then, and that's where we saw that window on the daily chart. That's crazy because it's like, I'm not a trading genius, obviously. I'm new. I've only been trading for a little over a year. And I'm still not consistently profitable, but even I could figure out that there was a window there. So other people are looking at that, right? All right, so let me take a look here. Is it breaking out on the 10-second? But on the 10-second, it's not, it didn't hit VWAP or anything, but it's below the 9 EMA. So let me get rid of these lines. So I'm tracking my setup. I'm tracking, looks like it's tapping the 9 EMA here. I don't know, this isn't a great profit loss ratio. It's not really 1-to-1. I'm looking for one, at least 1-to-1. Is it 1-to-1? It's close. I'm eyeballing it. I'm tracking my exit signals that I use, and I'm tracking any stop violations, like if I violate my stop rules. So it popped up a little bit, but the volume is not going with it. So I'm going to be like a lot more cautious because it looks like there's resistance up there, right? At that level. So up. It's like I'm hot and I'm cold. Yesterday I was just freezing the whole time. It was so cold. Up. It looks like, so we have a bottom tail here. It looks like it could pop up. Yep. I'm getting out on that one because I saw price hesitation. So that one was a bull flag pullback, exit, price hesitation. I don't even know if that one was red or green. That one might have been red. Let's see. I got in at 671. I got out at 6. I can't see. What does that say? 673. So that was like really all right, let's see. It might tap this level again. Wow, this is a lot of trades for me. I'm on trade 5. I haven't even downloaded them into Trader View. Look at it's tapping that level again. I wonder if it's going to break out over the high of day. That is crazy. It didn't do it again. Look at that. It's testing that level. Where are we at? We're almost at 8 o'clock. We could get news on something else. So, okay, it's pulling back again, but now it's dropping below the 9 EMA. Let's take a look at this in the big picture. So on the daily chart, there was this level here at 678. And it kind of tested that level. It's at 695, right under $7. I got five tiny little trades, guys, but for me, this is a great day. This is a great day because this is definitely a great day for me because I'm taking good setups. One, I got in a little late. Two, I didn't heed my exit indicators, which means I left money on the table. So my big loss on Thursday, I didn't heed the exit indicator and I got caught in a falling knife. This time this time I didn't heed my exit indicators and I left money on the table. So I guess there's a big difference between not heeding the exit indicators on the way down and not heeding them on the way up. But either way, doesn't matter because that's telling me to get out, right? So I wonder if this is a pullback on the 5-minute because, yep, so it's dropped below the 90 EMA. Look at that. It's even more clear on the 5-minute. You can see it's just testing this level. This is like a flat top breakout to me, but now it's pulling back, dropping below VWAP. So this is where I don't want to be involved. And the MACD is red. See? MACD is red. So this is where the MACD line crossed the signal line or vice versa. See? Wow, I'm like super excited about having an opportunity. And so this is a really big lesson for me. One thing, trading is hard. And one thing that I really was doing was I was being too rigid on my rules. So on this one, the price action was good. Yes, the float was higher than I would normally trade, but the price action was good. And so I looked at the volume and the price action. So let's go through the ones that I had looking at this morning. BDRX, I'm going to take that off. CLRB, SOWG, WAI, TLIH. Okay, so right now I'm really focused on DGXX. And I'm going to start putting things into trader view, but I do keep like on my little notebook, I jot down the setup, the exit indicator that I used, and any time that I violate my stop rules, because as you can see, like there's no way I'm going to remember what I did for 5 small trades. Like that's not going to happen. I won't be able to remember that. So I always jot it down here. And anything else that comes up, like sometimes you guys have awesome suggestions. I'm new here. Can you tell me about yourself? Oh, okay. Well, my name is Raven. I've been trading. Welcome. And I've been trading for a little over a year. I started trading with paper money and then I moved to real money last July. And so I consider myself new. I'm not consistently profitable and I'm sharing my journey. And I live stream every morning, unless I'm traveling. Like I just took a trip to Prague. And so if you're interested in traveling and trading, I did like a little series on that. But for the most part, I'm live streaming every day and I'm sharing my journey and I'm looking for constructive feedback from you guys. If you see something, say something. And so that's pretty much it. I recently had two big max daily losses last week. So I reduced my share size, I reduced my account size, and I lowered my max share price to $10. So I'm kind of trading on a restricted basis right now. And I have established criteria for myself that I have to meet in order to go up to 150 shares. I've had to do this before. I've had to reduce my share size before, and that's fine. That's where I'm at. Okay. And so I'm just sharing my journey. And I'm learning in public. I am learning in public. That's what I'm doing. I'm sharing my learning journey. So I hope that helps. Are you new to trading? And do you, is this your strategy? I'm curious. So let us know in the chat. We have like a group that, we have a good group that's been showing up pretty regularly. I feel like we have a little community already kind of brewing. So we have some, and we had a, was it Friday? We had a killer chat one day recently. It was just popping. And like, I wasn't even involved. You know, they were just chatting amongst themselves and it was great. So I really encourage you guys to kind of help each other out as well. I'm learning in public. Let's learn together, okay? All right, so I hear something popping on the scanners. I use Warrior Trading scanners. Oh, TLIH, I just took that off my list, but let's see, did it break VWAP? It did, it broke VWAP. It's going for, where's high of day? Look at that. It's going for high of day. So I'm going to look for a pullback, bull flag pullback. Let's see what's going on. So it looks like people kind of forgot about DGXX right now. And TLIH is having a moment. So, let's see. Big red candle. So I'm not sure that this is like this profit loss ratio. Let's take, well, I'm going to leave high of day on there because that's resistance potentially, right? So I'm looking for at least a 1-to-1 profit loss ratio between my entry and my target and my entry and my stop. But now this has just kind of jackknifed down. So I'm not interested in this. Even if it pulls back up, starts going back up, I'm not interested in this because look at how, well, it's tapping the 9 EMA, but this profit loss ratio is abysmal. See, it's inverted. Look at my stop, my risk is so high here compared to my profit target. So even if it pops above this, so this might be the new low candle. Let's see. I don't know, this just, what's that? Let me see, let's get rid of that. I don't know, I don't like this, I don't like this price action. It doesn't, I mean, the volume went up when the price was going up, and the volume's coming down when the price is coming down. But it is now below VWAP again, so I won't be trading it. Let's see, VBIO. Let's see if this meets criteria. The float is only 3 million. The relative volume is more than 5 times the 50-day average, and it's gapped up. So let's take a look. VBIO. Oh, look at this. The good thing about me reducing my share size is that I'm not going to run out of settled funds. I reduced my account size because I was going to do that anyway for the pattern day trader rule. And by reducing my share size, I'm like, I'm not going to run out of settled funds. Like I do. Have I taken like a ton of trades before? Absolutely. But like I generally, some days I don't trade at all. Some days I take 0 trades. Some days I take 10. I've taken up to 30 trades a day, but I think that's over trading. Now in retrospect, you know, and I don't really do that anymore. Now I focus more on quality over quantity. I'm trying, you know, if I can see quality, I'm trying to go with it. All right, so yeah. This, I don't love this. Look at this doji. It's almost like a doji here. Ooh, no. See, I don't like these big red candles. So I'm going to take that off my list. I won't, I don't trust it. TLIH, there was a possibility there, but now it's below VWAP. So it looks like it tried to recover. It kind of almost hit this level. It's a double top right here. And then it dropped below VWAP. So I mean, it's trying to pop up, but let's see what DGXX is doing. Huh. Okay. It's kind of struggling down here. But it kind of bounced off a VWAP. I wonder if it's just going to bounce off a VWAP. So, guys, this seems like a good time to take a short break. I'm going to take about a 5-minute break, and I will be right back. I'm just going to, yeah, I'll be right back. Okay. All right, guys, I had to run out and stretch my legs. Whew. It's beautiful here in Boston this morning. So I live in Boston, in New England. Gorgeous, gorgeous morning here. I'm curious, does anybody trade outside? I'm thinking, like, should I move my trading station to my deck and try that? I don't know. Not today, but like I traded. I traded on vacation. Okay, so let's see what's going on. BIYA. Anything happened since I was gone? Anyone? All right. BIYA popped up, but it's below VWAP. Okay, so I'm actually going to I'm going to transfer my trades to TraderView. So I'm going to export my trades to the program that I use, the app that I use to oh, it popped up above VWAP. Hold up. Let me look at everything else. The float is good. Oh, but the relative volume is really low. And look, yeah, the relative volume is really low. So I use TraderView to track my trades. I've been using it since last year. You don't have to buy an app, but if you're interested, I am an affiliate, but you should at least track your trades in a Google spreadsheet, you know, and track like what setups you're using, and you can track all the same things in a spreadsheet, but I do really like TraderView, and I did a video on it. I think I posted it last week. And, you know, so if you're interested, you could check out that video. I do use it to track all my trades. So I'm going to show you guys. I imported my trades. Wait, no, that's from yesterday. Let's see. So I'm just going to do today. All right, so these are the 5 trades on DGXX today. And what I do is I'll show you one, and then I'll do the other ones off camera. But I put my initial risk. So I have to go back and look at that trade to see what my initial risk was. So that was a micro pullback. So I can actually tell you on my micro pullbacks, I use, oops, what am I doing here? I use 10 cents a share as my standard, my stop. So I know for a fact, since I'm trading with 100 shares, my risk was $10. And it was a micro pullback. So I track my setup and I track my exit indicators. Now this time I didn't use an exit signal. So that's on me. For this trade, I didn't use an exit signal, but now it eventually will calculate all this stuff. It really, I like it. And again, you know, my whole career professionally was in finance, accounting related positions. I love spreadsheets. I did start off tracking in a spreadsheet, but I just really love the ease and the amount of analysis that you can get out of it. Okay, that you can see, yay, 100% accuracy. This is a great day for me. And it gives you all kinds of metrics that you can use. So I'm going to take this off, but I will, I'll fill that in later. And also what I do is after the live stream is over, I go through and before I do my daily recap, I watch my trades again. And I timestamp them in the live stream so that you can go back and watch them on the live stream. If you watch the daily recap and you're like, oh, I want to watch this trade live, then you can just go to the live stream, click the timestamp, and watch that actual trade live. So I'm trying to make it so that I can go back and I have a history of what I've done, and I can go back and see what I've done, and that you guys can do the same. So if you watch the recap 3 days from now, you can still, you know, watch it in the live stream. I just thought of something so flippin' obvious. I need to put a link or put the link to the live stream in the recap. That's so obvious. I don't know why I wasn't doing that. Okay. All right. See, learning in public. I'm 55 and I'm always pushing myself to learn new things, do new things. I think that is so important to continuing to develop ourselves cognitively. And, you know, my aspirations are, I have some digital nomad aspirations, and also to, I would love for this to be my full-time job. So you can see that it tapped this level again. Look at that, DGXX. It tapped it here, it tapped it here, it tapped it here. And on the daily chart, that was a point of resistance. So a lot of people are seeing that, and they're seeing the same thing that I saw. TLIH, it did pop above VWAP, and then the bears regained control. So BIYA. So, let's take a closer look at this. The relative volume for BIYA is only 2 times the 50-day average, so I'm going to stay out of that unless the relative volume goes up. MASK, okay. Let's see. That seems to have, I'm still learning about short interest. I got to make a video about that because I try to make videos about things that I'm trying to learn more about and things I want to make sure I understand. Oh, good morning, Haas. And yeah, I try to make sure that, you know, I use the videos to make sure I understand it and then to help explain it for you guys. So I have to make a video about that. MASK, let's see. MASK. So we're holding off on BIYA because the relative volume is too low. DGXX, I think this is going to break out. The MACD is green. I'm looking at the chart. I think this is going to break out. It did. Okay. I'm going to call that a high of day breakout, or a flat, I think it's a flat top breakout. Flat top. Oh man, the exit indicator, that was just too scary. I mean, I saw a little bit of hesitation. I should have stuck with that. I should have stayed in it. I'm going to say none, exit none. I just saw green and I got out. I saw green and I got out. So, I see a bunch of you are joining us. Good morning, everybody. I've had a great day so far. I'm like super excited. Full disclosure, this is a stock that doesn't meet all my criteria for stock selection. It's a higher float that I would normally trade, but I'm being looser about certain criteria if I see good price action and good relative volume. And this has that, and I found a lot of opportunities today to trade this. And because I reduced my share size, I don't think there's any chance of me running out of settled funds at this price point. So yeah, I'm like super excited. I had a feeling it kept testing that level, but all right, so now this is the stock of the day for me right now. So I guess I could look for a bull flag pullback here. Oh, because I'm also watching the 10-second chart. I did trade micro pullbacks on this. So I'm using the 1-minute chart and the 10-second chart kind of in conjunction for confirmation. And on the 10-second, it's kind of, it's not fully pulling back, but the volume is. See this? The volume is pulling back. But there's not enough, the profit loss ratio on this wouldn't work. So I'll have to see if it pulls back more. Because at that ratio, the loss would be greater than the entry. However, so on this one, let's see. I'm looking at the 10-second. Yeah, I'm not loving the profit loss ratio here. It's pulling back, but not that much. I think, let's see if there's another window on the daily chart. So this right here was the point of resistance. It kept tapping right there, but now let's see where the next window is. I don't see another window. So this is only going back to last May. So this is, would this be blue sky? So right here is the top of the low candle. It's tapping the 9 EMA. This is still not quite 1-to-1. This is about 15 cents, and this is about 18 cents. It's still not quite a 1-to-1. I'm looking for at least, I'm looking for a profit loss ratio of at least 1-to-1, but I do think it might break out. Look at this volume. It's pulling back. MACD is still green. I would want to see it pull back a little bit more. I think it's going to break out, but looks like it's breaking out on the 10-second. Oh. So if this is the top of the low candle, this one, yep. We're almost through this candle. We have 15 seconds left on this candle. So if this is the low of the candle, that's a more even profit loss ratio. So that looks like about 1-to-1. I'm trying to eyeball it. I used to take the time to try to calculate it. I don't know what I was thinking. It's too much stress and pressure to do that in the middle of what we're doing, but I would want to see confirmation on the volume candle though. Popped up, but oh, now it's below the 9 EMA. So I'm going to hold off. And the MACD is flipping red. So this might be a pullback on the 5-minute. Let me take a look at the 5-minute. Yep. So this is a pullback. I have traded on the 5-minute. I did, like, was it last week? I don't know. I feel too exposed, too stressed. This is a pullback on the 5-minute. This would be the second pullback on the 5-minute. But now see here, it pulled back, right? But it wasn't like, it was less than 50% of this original move. And then here it's pulling back, but look at this. It's like almost 50% of this move. So got a new indicator for you. Try versus MACD. Try the EMS equilibrium momentum shift on Trader View. The equilibrium momentum shift. I wonder, I'll have to Google what the equivalent is on Thinkorswim. Equilibrium momentum shift. Author is Big Beluga, so you know it's the correct one. So I haven't used Trader, on Trader View. The EMS equilibrium momentum shift. I will definitely check that out. And you look at that compared to the MACD. By the way, hi TJ. All right, I'll check that out. All right. Thank you. See, this is what I like about having the live stream in the chat. So you put that in there. It looks just like MACD, but much better to read. Okay, awesome. See, this is cool because you're putting it in the chat, and so now everyone else gets to see it. And we're like sharing ideas and information. All right, thanks, TJ. So this is the 5 minute. It's clearly pulling back on the 5 minute. So I am not going to be I do prefer to trade on the 1 minute. So, but I'm having a great morning, guys. I absolutely was able to get, I had 6 trades today, which is a lot for me lately. And I started importing them into TraderView. So it's going to take me a little longer to do my recap today because I have more trades to analyze, right? So the more trades I do, the longer it'll take to get my recap done. But that's okay. I'm grateful to have the trades. So right now I'm up $55. This is a great day. Like, honestly, if I were trading at 500 shares, this would be a $275 day for me, which would be a good day for me. So I'm super happy. Oh, okay. The momentum squeeze indicator in conjunction with MACD. Squeeze. All right. Thanks. I'm jotting this down in my notebook. You guys, honestly, you all have such amazing ideas. And I love how everyone does things differently and looks at different indicators. You know, there's not one right way to do this. So, you know, there's just different ways to do it, which is awesome because something that works for me might work differently for you guys. But sharing the ideas is the important part because that way we all kind of learn about different things. So DGXX might be, I don't know, it tapped VWAP. I don't know, that happened before over here. See this right here? It popped below the 9 EMA, it tapped VWAP, and then it kind of, VWAP was support, and then it popped back up. So we could get another pop back up. But I've had 3 micro pullbacks, 2 bull flag pullbacks, and 1 flat top breakout. Or we could call it high of day. I guess it's 2. That's the thing. Sometimes a trade is 2 setups. In Trading View, it's called Squeeze Momentum Indicator by Lazy Bear. So I use TraderView. I think you're using a different one, right? Because I think there's Trading View. Let's see. Trading View. Yeah, so you're using a different app. I use TraderView. VUE. They have the funky way of saying view. All right. I wonder if TraderView has something similar. I'll have to check it out. See, that's the thing about using other apps to track things and other charts, scanners, you know, they all have different features. So you have to find the thing that works for you. Like, yeah. So it sounds like in TradingView, you can actually create things. So TradingView, I think, is different than TraderView. TraderView is like tracking and analyzing your trades. TradingView is charts, right? Charts and scanners. Is that what they are? Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. See, I'm learning. Thank you. Thank you. I'm learning. So I've been using Warrior Trading Scanners, but I think it was James that recommended Chart Watcher, which I'm checking out now. TradingView I'm interested in looking at. So I'm gonna you know, check out a bunch of them. And because when I started off with Warrior Trading's courses, and of course, so I tried his scanners, but I'm definitely open to checking out other things. So, you know, I'll see what I land on. Yeah, DGXX below VWAP now. So, well, it was a good run, buddy. You can see here I got 6 trades today. I was very active on DGXX, and it was you know, higher float than I normally trade. So I'm being more flexible when I see good price action. I am prioritizing relative volume and good price action over the other criteria. They're not all created equal. I learned the hard way. Let's see, MNTS. MNTS looks like it's making a move. I am holding that from before. So I'm gonna wait on that. All right, and then MASK below VWAP, BIYA. So this is what I was noticed yesterday, which I think this is what Andrew Aziz refers to in his book as VWAP chop. I'm going to do a video about that for this weekend, I think. I have so many ideas for videos to do on the weekend because I have so many things that I want to learn. TradingView is much different than TraderView. TradingView is more technical and thousands of indicators. Got it. Okay. And that's real time. Like TradingView is to look at the charts and the indicators before you trade, right? TradingView is for after trading. TradingView is like logging your trades, analyzing past. So it sounds like TradingView is the present, looking towards the future, what you're going to trade, and TraderView is the past. Got it. Okay. So 2 similarly named, but 2 very different functions. Got it. So I'm going to probably do a video on this, but I think this is VWAP chop, as Andrew Aziz called it in his book. I'm going to do a review on his book too. And let's see. Oh, KOPN. What's that? OPN. All right, let's take a look at this. Oh, the float is really high. Yeah, that might be a little high for me. It's more slow moving, I guess. It's got a, yeah. I like the price action though. Look at that. It popped up. Well, no, this volume's popping down. So popped up. And yeah, pulled back. This is the second pullback. They have news. Let's see. Copen awarded $21.5 million follow-on production contract to deliver U.S.-made thermal imaging. Government contracts. Woohoo! I was a government contract. I worked as a government contracting officer. And then I was a contract specialist. So when I was in a small shop, I acted as the contracting officer, and then in a bigger shop where I was working on bigger contracts, I was the contract specialist. So I like contract news. I'll also link your trading account to TradingView and trade through it. TradingView is what Ross uses to do his recaps. Got it. Okay. Okay. Wow. Thank you for letting me know. Okay. See, this is where you learn stuff. I love it. I love it. So yes, I love government contract news. Awarded a 21.5 million follow-on production contract to manufacture. Yep. That's good news. So I'm just Googling following contract new. Non-competitive contract awarded to an incumbent contractor to continue or expand right. So because I've done follow-on contracts. These are used to avoid substantial duplication or cost or disruption. So yes, sometimes when they already have a contract, they don't compete for a new contract. They just do a follow-on so that they can continue working. So that's a good sign. They're doing something right if they're getting a follow-on contract, right? Wow, thanks, TJ. That's a lot of good information. I'm going to check it out. You guys are like, really know what you're doing. Maybe I should watch you guys. No, this is good because we're all learning together, right? I'm kind of curious what you guys are watching today too, you know? Feel free to let us know like what you're doing. It might be a slightly different strategy, or you might have a reason why you don't want to look at a certain stock. But I'm kind of curious here about COPM because I love this news. I love this news. I know this is like much higher float than I normally trade, but and it seems to be slower moving, you know? Because there are more stocks available, more shares available, right? So that lowers demand. But here's $5 right here. But I do love government contract news because I understand it. And, you know, yeah, I worked for the federal government for 17 years. Left last year when they offered a buyout. And that's when my trading journey began. That's when I was like, oh, this is something that I could do, among other projects. Yeah, there's just not enough volume, right? It's just not really like, look at this candle. So someone, and I'm not sure who it was, they might be on the chat today. I can't remember who it was, but someone said that they only trade, they want to see at least five, relative volume that's at least 5 digits. And so here it's barely hitting that, right? Yeah, I just really like the news, but there's a lot of shares available, so it's slower moving. Yeah. Let's see. CLRB has popped up again. We were looking at that earlier. That looked really good earlier, but no, it's still trading below VWAP. See, I thought it was going to pull back and keep going higher, but it didn't. So BIYA is making a move. Okay. No news. The relative volume still isn't high enough. I said I would look at BIYA. I know, but the relative volume on BIYA is only 3.5 times the 50-day average. So I am going to hold off. So it looks like it's testing it. It's hit high a day. It keeps testing this level, right? Let's look at the daily chart. But I'm not convinced on this because, oh wow, look at that. Okay. All right, so there's room to grow, right? But the relative volume is low, and that's one that I'm being really a stickler on because yeah, I want to see higher relative volume on BIYA. But I've been keeping it on my list because I want to watch it. I'm really rooting for a COPN, but just not enough. Relative volume equals 5 times the 50-day. Yes, that's Ross's. Yep. Yeah, so I try to stick to that. That's the one criteria that I really stick to because I feel like that's driving the price action. I've definitely loosened up my other criteria after missing some really good stocks because it was being too rigid, but that's one that I feel pretty strongly about. Yep, 5 times the 50-day average. So on his scanners, of course, he has that on his scanners. So GMEX just popped up. Let's take a look at that. GMEX. Okay. GMEX Robotics receives first deployment order for Bon Vivant 3.0 cooking robot machines. Am I reading that right? Okay, everything looks good, but the relative volume is really low. But cooking machine robots? Guys, I never have to cook again. SDOT as well. It's a penny stock, but low float. Let's see, SDOT. Let's take a look at that. Oh, okay. It just popped above VWAP. Huh. So COPN is kind of disappointing me, to be honest. GMEX, I'm really interested in this only because GMX Robotics, cooking robot. That's probably how people felt when the microwave came out, right? They probably made it seem like it was this amazing. I mean, it is, helpful, but it's making a round trip. No. I was rooting for this one. I get too invested in the news. I think cooking robots is cool. Yeah, it does. It looks really volatile. I mean, look at this with all the topping tails, and now it's below VWAP. It's like, nah. I have a really good cushion. Like I have 6 green trades, and some of them I hit my profit target, which is another thing I think I have to start tracking. But I hit my profit target on several of them. I'll have to look at it more closely. Also, the bid side order listed is half empty. Yeah. Yeah, there's not a lot going on there. People don't want to buy it. They're like, I don't want to buy it. Yeah, this made a round trip. That's too bad. Fine. I guess nobody likes cooking robots. CLRB, below VWAP, BIYA. Keeps testing that level, but relative volume is 3.57 times the 50-day average. It's getting there. DGXX, it's a bummer, but I had a good run on DGXX. SDOT, It's above VWAP. That's a little low for me. I don't really trade penny stocks, but you know, if the price action's good, it's good. There was a stock one day that, and I don't remember the ticker, but I just kept watching it saying, this is great price action. This is great price action. And I just kept discounting it because it wasn't in my price range. And that's so rigid. I mean, I'm going to be a lot less rigid about that sort of thing. If it's below $1 and the price action is really good and it has the relative volume to support it, I might jump in. I'm going to stop being so rigid and focus on what seemed to me to be more essential, like relative volume, VWAP, 9 EMA. I'm going to look at less stuff and look at it more deeply. I took MACD off my charts, and honestly, that was one of the most stressful things. I did that for one day. I was like, no, I like having MACD on my chart. However, I still have to look into the RSI and ATR. Haven't done that yet. So I'm wondering, like, I just feel like there's just so many things going on. Average true range and relative strength index. Do any of you guys use that? I don't know. When reviewing the level 2 order book, how many of the top orders do you typically monitor? 10, 20, or more? Oh, I just look at the very top. I don't really, I look at, like, if I'm thinking about buying a stock, well, this one's short, right? But I'll look at, okay, how much are people willing to, like, what do people think? Because if it goes, let me look at one that's a little bit deeper. None of these are really deep order books, but like here, okay, the price right now is at 585. But there are people that think it's going to go back to 719. Maybe they got stuck here. Maybe they bought too high and they're hoping that it goes back up to high a day. But like 675, 590, I kind of look to see what the confidence level is in terms of where they think people expect the price to go. I don't think you should put a lot of stock in that, but that's what I look at. And then on the buy side, same thing. I'm like, oh, someone thinks this is going to drop all the way down to 461. Someone think it, to me, it's more about looking at what the potential psychology might be as far as people in the market. Yeah, I mean, definitely. Like, exactly. Like, okay, if people think that it's going to go down to 461, that's a potential level of support, right? 461. 719, that's a potential level of resistance. But it is always changing. That's why I don't put like a ton of stock in it, because it's the future. It's just what people think is going to happen. So I think it's something to watch, to be aware of, but like, and I think it's Ross Cameron that said this, but like, think about the price charts are the past. That is what's already happened. It's a historical account of what has happened in terms of price action. The tape, the time in sales, is the present. Those are the orders that are actually coming in, but the level 2 is the future, and that can change, right? Thank goodness our future can change. So that's why I look at it, but I couldn't trade without it. But I don't look at it as the Bible, because too many times I took a trade based on what I saw people looking at on the level 2, thinking, oh, people think this is going to go up. So, and then of course, when it doesn't go up, all of these orders change. People start canceling their orders. So SKK. And then, you know, I'm the dummy holding this stock because I looked too much at the level 2. SKK, let's see what that's all about. Very low float, relative volume. It's lower than it closed yesterday. Oh, and it's below VWAP. Yeah, look at that. So it's lower. So I'm not going to, although let's see, what is the news? Registration statement. Okay, so I'm going to take that off. That sounds messy. SDOT, look at that. It's climbing up. Oh, nice. Look at this. See, look at these little pullback. We've got another pullback. I mean, if you're the type of person, some people like to, you know, trade stocks like this and they'll have like a super high share size, right? So let me just look at these other ones real quick. BIYA, low view app. And it never really got off the ground for me. Let's see. The relative volume on BIYA never hit 5 times the 50-day average for relative volume. So, and the thing about the level 2 is you don't know if these people are holding from another day or you just don't know. But I couldn't trade without it because it kind of shows what's going to pop up. Like I mostly look at the top of the ask because that shows what might pop up next on the time and sales. See, 51, 51, 150, 51. So people are selling at 151, buying at 151. Up, see, look at that. Now selling at 148. So you can kind of match it up to the level 2. And I'm going to do a video about this, how the time and sales and level 2 work together. But yeah, I can't see myself trading without it. It's just really helpful. Like you can see now, not all of the orders are on the level 2. There are hidden orders. Like Ross, he uses light speed and he pays commissions on every trade. Okay, but he can afford that, right? And he can hide his orders on the exchange. So the orders that are on the bid and the ask are not all of the orders that are being made, but they all have to show up on the time and sales. So that's really important to know. But you can start to see hidden sellers if you watch like certain stocks because you'll see orders pop up here and you're not seeing them here at the top of the bid and the ask. And so that can kind of give you, like if you see a ton of orders coming through, but you don't see these prices changing, that can be a hidden seller or buyer. But yeah, Haas, I think that it's great that you started using level 2. I think it's super, super important. I honestly couldn't trade without it. That's definitely for me. And I'm still new to it. It took me a long time to even get to the point where I'm at now with it. But like you can see, so 154, look, someone's buying up the 154 orders, right? So let me make this a little bit bigger so we can look at this because I have it a little bit compact. Why is my thing not opening up? Here we go. Okay, so you can see an order for 4,500 here. It just got bought up at 155, 156. Now you'll see orders on the tape that are like weird numbers, right? Because the market makers are making deals in between the bid and the ask. So this is kind of hovering between like a 1 cent difference. And then you'll see like, so the red orders are people selling to people on the bid. The green orders are people buying from people who are trying to sell on the ask. So the color on the tape is who is initiating the transaction. Okay, that took me a while to kind of figure out. Right. So some of them are, and they do manipulate it. Like, I don't know if this has happened to anyone else, but you put an order. So what I used to do a lot more than I do now is I would buy a stock, and then I would set on the ladder down here, I would set a sale price because I knew it was going up, and I would set a sale price. I don't really do that anymore because that's kind of capping your winner, but and the second I put an order on the ask, to sell my shares, you know, I would say like, I want to sell my 500 shares at X price. An order would pop up right above it. I'm like, what? And then I would take my order off and then I'd put my order back on, say at the top of the ask or close to the top of the ask. And then an order would pop on right above it. It's like the algorithm is like responding and then trying to put their order in like a penny less so their order gets filled before yours. I'm like, that's crazy. But yes, definitely. I mean, you'll see like, what's this, 13,000 shares, 14,000 shares. This is a big seller on the ask. So this is a reason not to get in. Well, you have to use this in conjunction with other things. But right now, in order for, look at, it's getting bought up. If 152, now it's only 8,000 up. So someone bought all of it and now 153, that's the top order on the ask. 155, so the price is going up. And people are buying, look at this one's 9,700. It's going to go down. It's down to 6,900. People are buying this order. 5,900. Look, they're buying it right now as we speak. Let me make this bigger because it's hard to see. So see there, so now the top order here is 154. Someone wants to sell 700 shares. Oh, see, it happened so quickly. 1,400 shares for 154. But now people are selling. Look, there's more red on the tape. They're selling over here. They're selling to people on the bid. Now people are buying 153, 154. I really, you know, again, I'm a novice. I'm a new trader. Only been doing it for a year, but spending time watching the time and sales is really helpful. RENX. It kind of helps you understand the ebb and flow. And if you see things heating up and then the tape's all green, you know, you're going to see the prices moving too. RENX. Ugh. That's not good. So, yuck. And the relative volume is only like, it's not even the same as the 50-day average. It's lower than the 50-day average. So I'm going to take that off my list. So let's go through our list. BIYA. BIYA is, has too much VWAP chop. I'm using my new term that I learned. So I am actually going to take BIYA off my list because I'm not liking this chop. DGXX, that was where all my trades came from today. I'm only going to leave it on there because I'm going to have to analyze it later. COPN, ooh, we have a potential flat top breakout right now. Potential flat top breakout. There's resistance at $5. But I don't know. Let me see. What was the other issue with it? Was it relative volume? The relative volume's there. The gap, the float's just really high. And look, it's moving like molasses. Is it halted? Okay, it's not my computer. Wow, it's just moving so slowly. So this is one to watch. So the top, right on at the top of the ask, it's $5. It's 300 shares for $5. If we see green at $5, it could be them buying up these shares. There you go, $5. See, 100 shares. So no, that didn't go down. See, that price didn't go down, so those might be hidden buyers. See, those $5 shares, there were 700 shares that were purchased. They weren't purchased from this order. So these are all in between the spread, right? We have $4.99 on the bid, $5 on the ask. Let's see what SDOT is doing. So it did break above that level. but now there's a pullback. It's probably, I'm guessing this might be a pullback on the 5-minute chart. Let's look at the 5-minute chart. Yep. And this topping tail. So again, this is a little erratic for me. So COPN, I think it's going to break 5. Was it halted? What's going on here? Huh. I feel like it's trying to break that level. But again, there's less demand for it because it's a higher float, right? Now, DGXX, I think, was also a higher float for me, but lots of activity, lots of volume. And look at, there's still lots of action going on, right? But it's below VWAP, and MACD is red. So SDOT has tons of volume, 228 million. Wow. Wow, 228 million shares. That's crazy. I think that's because, I'm guessing, people, like some people trade like big blocks of, you know, look at this, 10,000. Someone wants to buy 10,000 shares of SDOT at 45 cents. So they're waiting for someone to buy their shares. And if someone, I'm sorry, they want to buy. So they're waiting for somebody to sell to them. So this would end up being red on the tape, right? Because it's the person who initiates it. Look at this, 5,000. Wow, there's a lot of movement on this. What are we at for time? 9:06. Oh my goodness, this morning is flying by. Okay. Whew. This morning is flying by. I do need more tea. I might have to take a break soon. If nothing's happening in a few minutes, I'll take a break before the market open. And I'm just like super excited about my day so far. It's like, I feel like the restrictions I've put in place have taken some pressure off, and I'm going to rebuild the right way, guys. I'm going to rebuild the right way. I'm not giving up. This is definitely something that I've wanted to do for a long time, and I've put a lot of time and effort into it, and I think it's, people are doing it, so it's doable, right? Okay, so SDOT, this is let's look at the 5-minute. The thing is, I don't love this, you know, here this is people shorting it, right? And then it made a recovery. So I don't know. I'm sure there are people that are buying it down here and holding it to go back up, for looking for high of day. But from here to here, we're talking 20 cents a share. So this is not a home run thing. That's why I think people are trading like such. Look at this, 22,000 shares, 10,000 shares. That order is still there. They think it's going to drop back to 45, right? So this is where I think you can kind of look at like, see what the psychology, a little bit, a peek into the psychology around the stock, right? Someone down here thinks it's going to drop all the way back to 41.5 cents, or they want it to. I just saw an order for 26,000 shares on the ask. Look at, and you'll see orders pop on and then pop off. Like they get on there and then they're canceled. And I guess we all do that sometimes. Like I'll put an order on, I miss it, I cancel. But you know, because we're talking about, you know, thousandths of a dollar, it is interesting. So I wonder if it's going to bounce off the 90 MA or VWAP. I was really rooting for COPN. It's still stuck, and I'm looking at the 5-minute chart. It's still stuck here, kind of like at that point. Let me look at the daily chart. Yeah. So it kind of popped up, but I think it will break out. But again, it's just so slow moving because there are just so many shares available. Aw, DGXX, we had such a good run in the morning. Look at that. All right. Okay, guys, I'm going to take a quick break, get more herbal tea, and I will come back for the market open. I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Okay, I'm back. All right. Let's see what's going on. So RENX. Why did we take that off our list? When they pop up repeatedly, I'm like, okay. Well, for those of you who short, that looks good. Not my thing. SDOT. All right, it did. It bounced off VWAP. It's kind of maintaining above VWAP. Did anyone get in on this? Oh, yeah, I'd be interested in that. I mean, I don't know. Since my channel is, I'm a beginner and I'm learning in public, I'm assuming I'm attracting mostly other beginners, but there might be some people on here that are consistently profitable. I've had a few people that popped on that seem to be doing this full time. That's my dream. That's my goal. I mean, I do other things too, but my goal is for this to be my job. But, I think it takes time. So reading Andrew Aziz's book, he said that he thinks it takes a minimum of, I think he said 6 to 8 months to become consistently profitable. And I feel like I've been doing this for over a year, but I've only been putting in full-time time since November. So around November, I made the decision to sit here 7 to 10 or 7 to 11 every day and watch and put the time in to really get better. So before that, it was more part-time. So when he says 6 to 8 months, it's like, okay, well, do you mean an hour a day, 6 to 8 months? Do you mean 6 to 8 months of sitting in front of the charts for 8 hours a day? So I take that 6 to 8 months with a grain of salt. But, yeah, if anyone's consistently profitable, I'd love to hear about it. Well, you would think I would have an advantage. I do, in the sense that, like, obviously I've been long-term investing for a long time and doing fundamental analysis for my longer-term investments. And I understand that. And that just, and of course, all my professional experience is in, like, I worked at a tax accounting office when I was younger. I did all finance and accounting related positions. Years ago, I had my own bookkeeping business. I did everything. And for the federal government, I did finance positions and finance adjacent positions and government contracting. But day trading is a whole other animal. I mean, I think it helps to have an analytical mind and critical thinking skills. So that, I think, gives me an advantage, because years ago when I got my MBA, I wanted to start investing. But back then it was like, oh, I guess I'll move to Chicago, because I thought, oh, I want to do commodities investing and options and futures. That sounded so exciting to me. Well, I couldn't move to Chicago. I was, at the time I was married, and I actually got pregnant with my first child right at the end of my MBA program. Like, I found out right before graduation or right after graduation that I was pregnant with my first child. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm not moving to Chicago to be a trader, or New York City to be a trader. So, however, then, you started seeing online trading coming out, like E-Trade, and I can't remember some of the other ones. So I tried those, but the commissions were so high that it wasn't sustainable, because I just, I don't even know if they had simulators back then, but it was very difficult to learn. So I tried that for a while, and then kind of stepped out of it and just focused on my long-term investments and my professional career. I do think that the MBA gives me the advantage of being comfortable with numbers and analysis, but technical analysis is definitely a completely different animal. And I think that, I'm one of those people that tries really hard to stay away from overconfidence because I think it can be brittle. So I think the MBA helps in a lot of ways, but the technical analysis piece is brand new to me. From last year, I was like, I've wanted to do it forever because when I was trading with like E-Trade, and I can't remember what the other one was that I used to use back in the day, I didn't understand technical analysis. And the class that I had done in my MBA program on investing, I did all my electives in finance and accounting except 2 electives. I did entrepreneurship, and I have had like other, like some side hustles over the years aside from my professional career, and investing. But the investing class focused, it touched on, options, futures, Forex. I thought, oh, I want to be a Forex trader. It touched on everything, a little bit of everything. But I just, like I said, the opportunities weren't there until I think the pandemic. That's when it just became a lot more accessible to everybody with commission-free trading. And, but I still didn't jump in until last year, until I left my position at the federal government and I had more time to explore what's my next step. And this was one of the options for me. I was like, So I actually explored multiple options last year. I was looking at a career pivot, looking to go into financial planning and analysis. Should I go that route? Or should I start a business, like a retail business? Should I, I did a few other things. Like I actually have been writing books. I actually wrote a book and published a book, self-published a book. So I've been doing other things, and I do work at night too as well. I do some sports coaching. So I have other things on my plate as well, but this is my goal, to be a full-time trader. But I do think that the technical analysis piece was new for me. So I don't think the MBA is like helpful in the sense that like I'm a numbers person and I'm a data-driven person, but the technical analysis piece is like a whole other thing for me. And I really didn't get enough of that in that one class in college. But, like honestly, when I was skimming through Ross's book to do the review this weekend, and he talks about he had an investing class in high school. Well, that resonated with me. That's the first investing book I read, and that resonated with me so hard because of that investing class I took in my MBA program back in 2002. And that's the experience I had. I took that class and it was life changing. I was like, wow, this is something I want to do. It just took me like 25 years to get there. And that's okay. That is okay. Better late than never. And I've noticed that the investing community, honestly, is skewed. It seems kind of skewed towards the older crowd, which surprised me a little bit. My YouTube channel is really new, but when I look at the audience, it seems like it's definitely skewed towards the older crowd. I don't know if it's like life experience or just where we're at professionally. I don't know, but I do know of people in real life that are trading consistently. Oh, RENX is, wow, look at this. The shorts are really in control. Look at that. Wow. It's like below, it went round trip and then it went below. Wow, this is crazy. This is why I am too scared to short stocks. I don't want to lose my shirt on that. That is scary to me. Look at that. That went from 334 to 235. It's $1.10 a share. Yikes. All right, let's see what else is going on. RENX, that's what keeps popping up. So they're trying to make a recovery, but SDOT, whoops, what happened there? SD. OT. But yeah, most MBA programs, I don't know. I got my MBA program like 25 years ago. I graduated in 2002 from my graduate program. And they really just give you an overview. You know, you'll get like marketing. It's good for the fundamental analysis of analyzing news. That I think is helpful. So when you're looking at news, you use more fundamental analysis in analyzing the news, and it helps you understand the news better. But most MBA programs are pretty general. They do like marketing and economics. I took, macroeconomics and accounting, of course. I took it, but I did all my electives in finance and accounting except for entrepreneurship and investing, because those were the two things I thought I was most likely to do. It just took me years to really do it. So yeah, but it's more of a general overview, like, operational management. I learning about streamlining processes. But one thing that was really helpful for my MBA program at the time, this book was very trendy, The Goal by Eliyahu Goldratt. And honestly, at the time I was like, yeah, we get it, like theory of constraints and blah, blah, blah. That's how I have been selecting my goal for my trading goal every week over on Substack. I have been documenting my weekly trading goal, and I'm using the theory of constraints from that book. That's why it's in my reading list in the description, because I'm using the theory of constraints, seeing what's the one thing that's holding me back from improving my trading. And that's how I'm selecting my weekly goal. And that's basically the theory of constraints. But I got that from my MBA program. That was really helpful. All right, so DGXX is still kind of grinding. Let's see, where is it now? Oh no, it's still below VWAP, sorry. Let's see if there's anything else. Well, we're almost at the market open, and I'm not going to trade anything the first 5 to 10 minutes, but I'm curious to see if anything will pop up. And if I see something good, I'll take it. I'm just like really happy that I didn't discount DGXX because the float was a little high. I'm going to be a lot more flexible and look at price action and volume and VWAP and MACD. So yeah, trying to figure out what is the most essential thing. That's kind of, oh, my little light turned. That's been kind of a challenge for me. See, BIYA is popping back up. Let's see what's going on. Oh, BIYA is, but the relative volume is still only 3.12 times the 50-day average. So it's like, but look at that. So it was choppy on VWAP, but now it's making a run. Of course, it's right at the market open. I'm not trading it now. I was going to say, I'm not trading it now. I'm curious to see what's going to happen, though. Oh, wow. The scanner's going crazy. Ding, 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 ding. All right, CHRN over my $10 price cap. That's my new price cap. Okay. Got it. Oh, a millennial. So you're bringing our age average down a little bit. That's good. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I was pretty much, that's how I ended up leaving my job. They offered us a buyout and they said, we are going to be getting rid of people. Now, you can take this deal or you can wait and get fired. That was basically the two choices that they gave us. I took the deal. Okay. And that's what I've been doing since last year. And I am, you know, I'm seeing if I can make this work. So, that's my plan is, can I make this work long term? Right now, I'm not consistently profitable, and that's okay. I'm learning in public. I'm learning in front of you guys. But my goal is to be consistently profitable. I'm taking it dead serious. So, I'm definitely one of those people that puts 100% of effort into things, and this is no different. I'm putting 100% effort into this. Like I said, I have other projects and jobs outside of this, but as far as full-time traditional employment, I hope to leave that behind. So I'm seeing lots of stuff pop up, but it's way over my price range. Guys, I had to reduce my max share price that I will trade because, let's see, DGXX is rebounding. Yay! But I won't get in yet. I am going to wait because I don't want to trade the first 5 minutes of the market. If it recovers and then goes above VWAP, I will definitely consider that for sure. So SKK popped up again, but that's 45% lower than the previous day's close. So I'm not going to get into that. VTIX. Huh. Let me look at VTIX. VTIX. Let's see. Well, Haas, I hope your experiment goes well. VTIX, not enough total volume. Okay. Although it had news. This is funny. BDRX here, and then BDSX here. PDYN. I feel like I traded that a long time ago. DTIL. Huh. Let's see. How is the stock market doing today? How is the stock? Futures are trending higher. Okay. Nice. Potential rebound from Monday's losses. Okay. That's good. So we'll be optimists today. Good morning, James. That's okay. We've been waiting for you, James. We were waiting for you. No, I'm just kidding. I hope you got some sleep. Yeah, so where we're at, yeah, I did. DGXX was very good to me. So the thing to note about that, and I'll be talking about it obviously in my recap, is I took 6 trades. 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it was a little above my normal float limit. It was like 60, I think 40 or 60,000 share float. So I'm being more flexible, but I thought the price action was good and it was gapping up. The relative volume was good. I'm focusing more on volume and price action. And I was able to get 6 green trades and some of them were good. See, now you guys are starting to get to know each other. I love that. I love that. Okay. I love that we've got this little community brewing. You know, I'm a mom. I like everybody to get along. I love it. Okay, so yes, so I had 6 green trades. I'm going to be going over it in my recap, but I was more flexible on my criteria, but I still made a calculated decision because I was looking at the price action. And that was the price action and the volume were driving my decision. So that's where we're at on the morning. But there's still like another 25 minutes of, you know, before I shut it down. Again, if things are hot, I might keep going, but I'm not going to, you know, wreck my progress. This is for me really good progress for 100 shares. That's great progress. I mean, I would, you know, I heard someone say once that they want their daily profit to mirror their share size. So like if they're trading with 100 shares, they want a $100 profit. I don't remember where I heard this. That sounds like a really good, like, hot day goal, you know? But I'm not going to run out of settled funds trading 100 shares. And I'm hoping that when I scale back up, that my account size, I reduced my account size, which I was going to do anyway because of the pattern day trader rule, but I wanted to reduce my risk and exposure to the market as well. And I'm not going to run out of settled funds. You know, I'd have to make like 20 trades. And that, I think I've done that. I've traded 30 times in a day, but I think that's over trading for me. You know, I guess if I'm scalping trades, that's different, but like for my strategy, I feel like that's over trading. But I did get 6 good trades. Thank you. Yay. But I think the thing that the key is, and I'm going to talk about this in my recap, obviously, but I think one of the big keys is that I'm being more flexible on certain criteria, and I'm sticking to my guns on other criteria. So I think VWAP is turning out to be very decisive for me in terms of an indicator, and price action and volume as far as criteria for stock selection. So we'll see. But, you know, supposedly things are up, but a lot of the things that have popped up for me are like out of my price range. ELPW popped up. Let's see, ELPW. I know that's been traded recently. I think Ross traded that recently. ELPW. Is that right? ELPW. Okay, so that's below VWAP. Oh, I see. Nope, it's above, but ELPW is one that I know that, oh, wait, there we go. Oh, okay. That looks interesting, but let me look at the volume. Wait, oh, TONX. Let's see, something else just popped up that looks really interesting to me. TONX, and it has news. Let me see. My watch list gets very crowded after the open. Oh, but it's below half a million in total volume. And that's the same problem with VTIX. I'm going to take that off of there. So let's go through the list. BIYA. This is something that I could be interested in, but the relative volume isn't there yet. It's only 3.35 times the 50-day average. And this is one of the things, I mean, lots of people are trading it, but I would like to see more volume. It has a nice pullback here, pullback here. DGXX. ELPW, COPN, fail. I'm going to take that out. I liked the news. I have to stop getting so attached to the news, which is another reason. RENX, I'm going to take that off. RENX. I was so rigid about the news and I missed that. There was a stock last week that I missed the move on because I was too rigid about it. And, you know, the news works the other direction too. There'll be great news and nobody wants to get in on the stock. So the news is great. If the news is there, I love that, but I'm being less rigid about it. TONX. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to be, hour. Let's look at hour. Oh, this looks interesting. It doesn't have news, but the price is under $10. The float is 1.76 million. Relative volume, and it hasn't gapped up enough yet. It's gapped up like 7% over the previous day's close, but this could be interesting. Let's see, SDOT. SDOT is kind of grinding higher. For those of you who like the penny stocks, ELPW. I mean, there are a few options here, but for me, I would have to see DGXX break VWAP, establish itself above VWAP, pull back for a bull flag pullback. Is it going to do that in the next 18 minutes? I don't know. BLZE, let's take a look. BLZE. We looked at it earlier, I think. Okay, this is in, yep, BLZE. It's at the top of the top gainer scanner. Yeah, that could be a good one. Okay, thanks. Thanks, Haas. Okay, so this is making a pullback. I'm going to look at the daily chart. Whoops. I'm going to look at the daily chart really quick because I want to see. Look at that. It's really popped up. All right, so there's a window. Look at that, all the way back to 1086. Although that big red candle, I don't like that. Let's be careful about that for sure. Let's look at the 5-minute. Okay, there's a big topping tail there, which I don't love. Whoops. Everything's kind of adjusting quickly here. So this is a possibility. This is the top of the low candle. This would be the bottom of the low candle. And this is an acceptable profit loss ratio. And it does have room to go. So this is a possibility. We have about 15 seconds left on this candle. And I feel like there's, see, this is where the level 2, look at that. It's going all the way. So now I would look for a break over like 805. My entry price level line is a little higher than the top of the low candle. It's more here. But I mean, if this ends up being the low candle, then we have a low here. That's where my stop would be. It's still like a 1-to-1 profit loss ratio. That looks good to me. I'm looking for a breakout over like 8. But I want to see the volume bars too. If I look at the top of the level 2, 808. Oh. I'm seeing price hesitation. I'm getting out. Okay, I'm getting out. So that was a red trade. So 7 BLZE bull flag pullback price hesitation. Yep. So I got out at like 15 cents a share, but I didn't wait for the full stop because I saw the price hesitation. So that's where my exit indicator was really doing its job. And I am glad I got out when I did. Yep. See, now if I had waited, my stop down here at 779. So this was my goal last week, was to work on my exit indicators. And so far, I've really only been paying attention to price hesitation, and I have a whole list of them. Let's see. Let's look at the list. And I do think this is going to pop up at some point, but I don't know. I wasn't willing to ride it out. But you can see all of these people think it's going to go up to, 924 or whatever. But this little red candle here, yeah, I gave back. So I used the exit indicator price hesitation, and I didn't go past my stop. Oh, here it might be breaking out. But I would want more confirmation. Oh, and the MACD is red, but that's a lagging indicator. I don't see any big sellers on the ask. Oh, okay. All right. I got out though. I got out. So 8. I'm going to say that was more of a flat top breakout, because right here, I was looking for the breakout over that level of 8. And my exit indicator was, yeah, I mean, just hitting my stop. Hitting my stop. I didn't get it, but it went past my stop. So let's see. It went way past my stop. So I tried to get out, and then I couldn't get out, and I went way past my stop. So I haven't hit my max daily loss. So let's see. But I am red on the day. Okay, so I'm going to import my trades. Where's my trader view? Now this is where I feel like I got tricked by the level 2. See? Everyone thinks it's going up, and it might, but I wasn't willing to take a bigger hit on that. So I got caught in that red candle. So let's see. I'm going to import my trades. And let me take a quick look here. It's not refreshing. Hold on. No, it's not refreshing. I don't know why it's not refreshing. All right. So I think I'm red on the day, but I'm not at my max daily loss. Now this is where, yep, this is where I got stuck. These big red candles, huh? All right. So let me try exporting it again. I don't know why it didn't like take it. Let me try importing again. Huh. Okay. I don't know why it's not importing those trades, but did it? Let's see. They're on here. Export to file. Yes. All right. Let's see. All right. I'll have to close out my trader view. Try this again. All right. So I don't know why it's saying it's imported. Anyway, I'll deal with that after. Okay. So let's see what else I have. I have 5 more minutes, but I want to be cautious because now I have 2 red trades. So let me look at my rules. All right. Oh, I violated one of my rules. Okay, so I was going to take a 15-minute break after a loss, and I forgot that I have to do that. So I violated that. So now, when did I take this trade? Let's see. That was one of my rules that I violated. See? Okay. So this one I took at 9:47. So I probably will be done for the day because I wouldn't be able to trade until 10:02. So if something good is popping up and it's 10:02, I can take another trade. But so the first red trade, that was fine. The second red trade, I'm not sure what my setup was. I'm not sure I had a solid setup on that. So I'm going to say maybe no setup. Because I was thinking, oh, it's going to break out over that level, but the MACD was closing. So, and then I tried to get it at my stop. I didn't, but I shouldn't have taken that because this first trade was at 9:45. So I shouldn't have taken the second trade. So I didn't wait 15 minutes after a red trade. And I also didn't have a clear setup. All right. So there you have it, folks. So let's see what else is popping up. I won't be able to trade, though, until after 10 o'clock. WYY is over $10. SKK. Yeah, so BLZE, I think a lot of people thought it was going to pop up. Look at this. People still think it is, or they're holding from another day, right? But now, look at this. Now it's this big rejection, which I got caught in. Well, good thing I reduced my share size, right? So the damage is minimal. And I had a cushion on the day. So I'm red, but I'm not at my max daily loss because my new max daily loss is $30. So, I have not hit my max daily loss. I can still trade tomorrow. I'm looking at my list of things that I'm trying, because I'm working on these new criteria, Yeah, that last trade was a mess because I didn't have a clear setup. I didn't have a clear stop. I mean, I was thinking 10 cents a share. I was thinking, this is what I was thinking in my head. Flat top breakout and 10 cents a share. But it just went down so quickly and it didn't catch my order. And then I had to cancel and then get out. So let's see, 762. So I ended up getting out right about here, close to the bottom of that candle. But that's my own fault. I shouldn't have taken this trade at all because I was red on this trade. And one of the rules that I put in place is that if I have a red trade, I'm going to take a 15-minute break. And that would have saved me from that trade. So, lots of lessons today. Lots of lessons. Oh, wait. So I've got I've got a lot of rules here. A lot of new rules. No, so if I have one red trade, a 15-minute break, two red trades, a 30-minute break. So that's two red trades. So I'm done for the day because I'm not going to sit on here until 10:30. But this is a lesson. That's what these rules are here for. And my goal for the week was to work on my stops and not have stop violations. So on this red trade, I did try to get out at my stop, but it didn't catch it. So, and the problem is in the pre-market, we can't put a stop order in, right? We can, but we're in the market. I could have put a stop order in. That's another thing to learn. Okay. During market hours. I'm just writing this down for my recap. All right, guys. I am done for the day. I'm going to take a break and then I'm going to do my recap and lots of lessons. To be honest, I feel like this last trade is honestly very similar to what I did last Thursday. Fortunately for me, I am more aware of my mistake. Okay. And my share size was reduced. So my loss was limited. If I had been trading with 500 shares, I would have been down $300 right now. So this is good. I've minimized the situation. And yeah, I'm definitely not freaking out about it, but learning a lot. Okay. So I will see you guys tomorrow at 7 a.m. And stay tuned for the recap later. And, you know, keep working on your skills. Get 1% better every day. That's what we're doing together. Okay. So let's keep working on it and trade smart, guys. Bye.